And welcome to the Part-Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan, and joining me is somebody dangerous. So dangerous. Mr. Rapid Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Well, hello. How's it going?
You know what? Just living the dream. Just living the dream. Plowing through these Batman animated movies, and I'm enjoying them. You know? It's good stuff. We're back with part 2 of The Dark Knight Returns. This one came out in 2012, and this one had an 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb. This picks right up where the last one left off. What are your thoughts, concerns, snide marks? What do you got, buddy?
Man, when I told you I was almost done, I was like, oh, this thing's wrapping up, baby. I'm done in a minute. But I didn't check the time. And it had another like 20 minutes. It's great. You get the Joker. Joker's back, and he is fully on like insane. He is just killing everybody he runs into. He is wild ass as wild ass gets.
What do you think of Joker's voice?
It's just a different voice. I think it's fine. It's a different Joker. It's a different voice. I think it's fine.
It kind of Hannibal Lecter-like?
Yeah, I would say so.
Very much so. Just very, very calm.
And he's actually, is it Michael Emerson? If y'all look him up, y'all know who that is. So it's a recognizable voice as well. But I thought he did a good job, to be honest with you. I really did. It's just you can't have Mark Hamill in every single one of these. It would just
Why not?
Because
Why
it'd
can't
get boring.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
And so let me start off with I almost texted you immediately because right out of the gate, you got some. You got some big old hammers out there flamming around. What they had the Nazi sign on them, which was a massive turnoff.
Yeah, Bruno, the Nazi, with the swastikas on over the nipples, so it's okay because the nips are covered.
She was wild. And I swear to God, I thought that was the new commissioner. I go, so they introduced a new commissioner. That's a woman. There's Bruno out here. They had the same damn build. They're both big. They're both tall women, muscular, with short haircuts, and they both were just like badasses, just wild asses. From what I can gather, it was very entertaining. But the Sons of Batman are there, and whatnot. So it's a long movie, to be honest with you. It really is. It goes through so many different parts, so many different layers, so many different, hell, you have Superman show up at the end.
It shows up throughout it. Mm-hmm. So, what did you think of Ronald Reagan being the president? Like,
I thought it was fine. I was okay with it, to be honest. When you heard the voice, you're like, okay, all right,
Oh, that's Ronald. Okay, all right, that's cool.
The side story they have the whole time about the Malta court, is it Corte Maltese or whatever? Corto Maltese?
Yeah.
The whole time between Russia and the US and yada, yada, yada. And apparently, like, Superman's like Ronald Reagan's whipping boy. And he calls him boy a lot.
He's the only superhero that's really active, though, too. Like, everyone else retired. You don't really know what happened. They just all kind of agreed to leave. And you talk about how, Wonder Woman left and, Hal, Green Lantern, he went back up to space. He's like, well, what about Oliver? What about Green Arrow? Well, I didn't want to do that. And you're like, well, what happened to Green Arrow? Like,
there's so many things that were left open. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But then you see him, and he doesn't have an arm. So I can only assume Superman ripped his arm off. Like, that's what else am I left to believe? Like, Superman's to this point where he will kill to stop because Ronald Reagan's telling him, look, I need you to stop this. Are you prepared to do what you gotta do? I'll do what I gotta do, man. Like,
it's like he got kissed by the Joker's lipstick, and now he's under mind control because he's just doing stupid stuff, like getting involved with stuff that, I mean, as like an errand boy at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just, and it was what else we got here, and you got Batman running around dressed as like an old lady. Like, I didn't understand that. Like,
he's in a lot of costumes. Okay,
why?
He's in costume mode.
And he's got the voice too. Like, he's just like full blown in character. I was confused with that. And then Robin's like a spider monkey jumping all over the place, like
jumping like 30 feet in the air at one after another. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. I'm like, are you
believe? But man, I don't believe that.
Oh God. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is insane. Like, I'm watching her jump and she's all over the place. I'm like, what the? And then Batman kept telling her, Don't get seen. Don't touch this. And if you do this, you're going to get fired. And then she immediately did what she wasn't supposed to do or do. Like,
So I don't know if Gotham gets like the lowest of the low, like the recruits that come out of the academy, but not one of them can fire a weapon responsibly. They all have scars, huh?
The cops shot each other at one point.
And even the top cop, the commissioner, she's sitting there just plugging people too. I'm like, oh my God, they're terrible shots. I mean, it's so damn crazy. And Bruce at 60 years old is dodging bullets. He's out there like Neo. I'm like, I really did enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I might sound like I'm bashing it, but I watched the whole thing and I thought it was fine.
Okay.
There's things that were crazy.
Now, let me see if you recognize the most ridiculous part of this whole thing.
Okay.
Because there's one particular scene that is just the most over-the-top, ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I had to stop and rewind to make sure I saw what I just saw. What do you think is the most ridiculous and over-the-top part?
It all was ridiculous.
No.
Tell me what it is, and then I'll tell you if I noticed it or not. Because I was I had to get out of the room a couple times. What?
Okay, so the fact that you're not saying this, you probably missed it. Okay. When Superman goes to talk to Batman the second time, because he goes the first time, he's like, "Look, I don't have time for your crap now. Come to my place in the morning, okay? Yeah. And we'll talk." Superman shows up like Fabio with the white shirt with the buttons undone. And you have like the patriotic music play, and he sticks his arm out and a bald eagle lands on his arm. And it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, I didn't get it either. I go, why is his shirt undone? He wants to go talk to Bruce. Why has he got it? And he's like, he's Captain Morgan in it.
Right? He's like Captain Morgan. He's got his arm, and he's just got it up there, and he's just talking. And then the eagle kind of flies away a little bit, but he's still staying there, and he gets a mouse. And I'm just like, we don't mention the fact, like, I feel like Bruce would mention that, right? Like,
call him out for being an idiot or a weirdo.
Right. But yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh.
It just really blended in with the amount of dumb stuff that's in the movie. Like, just the fact that, like we already mentioned, Robin's jumping 30 feet, leaps at a time. Bruce is dodging bullets like in close range, distance range, in between. I mean, I don't know. It was an enjoyable movie. I'll keep saying it, but yeah, there's some weird stuff. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. And it makes me a little hesitant moving forward, but I think the next ones we have lined up are, obviously they're done differently and whatnot, but
right. Now did you notice who the talk show host was?
Not the voice, no.
That's Conan O'Brien.
They have him here. Oh, David. Okay, yeah. I saw Conan on the list. Yeah. So that's funny.
Yeah. So I got to chuckle out of that because I'm a big Conan O'Brien fan. So to hear him do that, and then Selena just kind of let herself go. Like,
that's what the Joker said. She goes, "Time has not been kind to you." I'm like, who gives? Hey, who doesn't want a little something to grab a hold of? You know what I'm saying? She's still got the curves in the right spots. You know what I mean? She's not shaped like a Tic Tac that's like huge or anything. Yeah, she looks all right. She's old. Like Bruce. Bruce is 60. She's old as hell too.
But Joker ain't aged a day.
Not a day. Just stay in the. How the hell is he getting past this kind of stuff? Like, the plugs, the filters, the lipstick. I mean, obviously we know it's corrupt in Arkham, but come on. Come on.
And then you have the nuke gets fired and it takes Superman down. The nuke takes him down, but because the nuke goes off, it sets off an EMD. Yeah. And takes all the electronics out. So instantly Gotham goes to riots. Mm-hmm. And the police can't handle
the riot word. Maybe they were. I'm not going to say it. Go ahead.
And the police can't. We're understaffed. We can't handle this. So Batman and Robin ride in on horses to the Sons of Batman and say, "Look, this is what we're doing. This is our weapons. You're not using them today. I'll teach you later. But today we're using our minds." To battle this. And then Jim's in another part where people are just looting and going crazy, and he's trying to get some people's attention and no one's paying attention, so he just pulls out his gun and just starts firing rounds up in the air, and then everyone's like, oh, What's
Number
going?
one
I know
attention
this
seeker in
riot's
the
going
world.
on, but gunshots, that's odd. Let's stop what we're doing.
It's a gun is always an attention getter. You fire that thing in the air, people start looking around. They start trying to figure out.
But nobody stops as people are tossing Molotov cocktails in the buildings and lighting them on fire and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's normal. But if someone just fires a couple rounds into the air, hold on. I think this gentleman has something to say.
I think this gentleman has something to... Well, go ahead, sir. We're all ears. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, all right. And then he gives a rousing speech, and then everyone starts, going together, and they're sitting there, and the new commissioner's already issued an arrest warrant for Batman, and they're looking down, and they're like, what should we do, commish? She's like, just let it go. Just let it go.
He's too big.
She's come full circle. Um,
Well, I mean, that was after, let's see, the Joker and the Batman had their final fight. And I don't know how the hell Batman even walked out of there. He's got a bullet in him. He's been stabbed multiple times by the Joker. The Joker then snaps his own.
Went crazy, just like
he did, man. He ends up catching on fire. I guess he was booby trapped or something or whatever happened, because once a cop touched him, he burst into flames. And Batman somehow gets out of there, and I guess he heals for about a couple hours, then goes out the next day. He's feeling pretty spry and ready to take on the world.
Get that adrenaline going.
It's so ridiculous. And then he gets the armored bat suit on, where he's lifting up the car with no effort at all.
Yep. And you get the battle with Superman, with Green Arrow helping him out, hitting him with that kryptonite, right? And it lets him know, he's like, I could kill you, but I'm not going to. I just want you to know I beat you. And then he fakes a heart attack.
Well, how do you fake it? Because Superman could see it, and he's like, hey, there's something wrong with you. Who knows? Poor Alfred, R.I.P. Alfred. The man went down in a stroke. It's so sad.
After burning down Wayne Mansion.
Mm-hmm. He bought Wayne Manor.
And then you've got Batman's now underground with the Sons of Batman, and they're going to take care of Gotham. He's going to teach them everything he knows. Tricks. Them and Oliver Queen's there with him too, and Robin. Why is Robin still wearing her costume at this point in time? I don't know.
Batman's not, so who knows?
Right. Well, Batman's dead, so.
Yeah. I mean, he's down there, but yeah, he's not wearing his costume. And of course, our review of this is bouncing all over the place of what's like triggering this and triggering that. But I mean, all in all, I thought it was fine. I mean, you obviously said there was some wild spots. I mean, did you like it or did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, and it kept my attention, and I had fun watching it. It's just crazy and wheels off, right? Like, you're just like, what the heck is going on here? This is insane. But yeah, and again, I died laughing when Superman lands and pulls up to Captain Morgan, and an eagle lands on him. He's just kind of staring into the distance. I was just waiting for the American flag to be flying in the background. That's the only thing we were missing.
Jesus. I mean, you're true. You're not wrong, and you're not lying. That's exactly how it went down.
I cannot make this stuff up. I cannot make it up. But it was enjoyable. It was fun. It's a little bit over an hour. It seems like it's longer. Like at one point, like when you get to the point where they're fighting Bruno, the Nazi female with the swastikas on her nipples. Again, I'm not making that up. I looked at the time and I was like, oh, we're only 25 minutes into this. Holy crap. Like, I felt like I was a lot longer into it, but it wasn't like it was dragging on. It's just, it's nonstop action the entire time. Something is happening the entire time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you got anything else on this one?
I thought it was fun. It was an easy watch, to be honest, but it's filled of craziness. So embrace the chaos like we always do.
That's it. And you just got to embrace the chaos. Sit back, kick up your feet, and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a good one. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, share, liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. make sure you comment, send us an email, tell us what you think, tell us what you want us to watch. I think we're going with the Batman The Long Night Part 1 and 2. They just released those on HBO, and with this being October and Halloween month, we might as well watch it. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm interested to check that out. But send us an email at parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you again. Guys, until next time, we'll talk to you later. Deuces.